Rai is meant to be the key player in midfield and an assorted selection of attacking players for São Paulo. The conditions here are perfect. Temperature of just over 10 centigrade, a little light wind, a referee from Argentina, one linesman from Korea, one from Japan, and experience and excitement on both sides. And experience in the middle, always a key figure, of course, in these tense affairs between two continents. And as both coaches say, it's going to be the team which settles first. It's difficult for both these sides because they've been warming up here after all the ceremonies and the presentations for just over 10 minutes while we await the official kickoff time of 20 seconds past the hour of midday here in Tokyo, as we come down to earth from the helicopter shop and get down to business. So it's the 13th Toyota Cup, and in theory this could be one of the best. Two attacking sides on top of their form and morale. Barcelona, 6 consecutive wins in the Spanish League, 15 goals in the last 3 games. But Stoichkov playing in the side, and that's something of a gamble by Cruyff. São Paulo, their 83rd game in a long and successful season, with a lot more at stake than the outcome just of this final. They keep the same side that won their 82nd game. That was a first leg of the Paulista final. They won that one 4-2, and they've got a free kick here. So immediately we get some sort of a shape as Cerezo knocks it to Pintado. Here's Ronaldo, big strong attack at the back. Muller tackled hard by Ferrer. Ferrer, a tigerish defender who was successful, of course, with Barcelona in domestic competition and with Spain in the Olympic competition. So Ronaldo. Stoichkov trying to get a foot in there. Play back to Koeman. Johan Cruyff's instructions, as usual, knock it around, keep possession, keep stretching them, and keep rotating, change positions, but not too much early on. Guardiola, the young midfield player, has made such an impression in this side. Stoichkov. Laudrup moving in from the left flank. Laudrup doing well, and that's a foul. And I thought the Argentine referee, Juan Hristo, was very close to giving a yellow card there as Laudrup was brought down. Cerezo just checked with him. Now, Koeman, of course, has fantastic ability with these free kicks. Is this from 2 and a brief angle? Baquero has pushed up there. Stoichkov is coming into the middle. Here goes Koeman. Is he going to drive it? He does! Well, excitement from the Japanese crowd, but I think Zeki, the goalkeeper for São Paulo, had that thoroughly well covered. That was a little bit optimistic. Through the wall, but well wide. Koeman, of course, who played here with PSV of Eindhoven. They should have won it. They lost on penalties. Now forward down the left-hand flank goes Paulinho. Miller's in the middle here. Koeman gets in. Paulinho did well with down that left-hand flank. Oh, Rai, brilliant stuff. Rai goes forward. Appeals for handball. It's given. He claims that he put a foot and a knee to it. The referee disagrees. And Barcelona move it quickly to Guardiola. Stoichkov is on the left. It's quickly intercepted though. And here goes Cafu. Cafu with Rai on the outside. Another good cross from Cafu. Here comes Vitor, young fullback, comes into the side in the last few weeks. Baquero, Laudrup, Stoichkov goes down the middle. Ronaldo. Cerezo loses it to Guardiola. It's a free kick. The young 21-year-old was penalised. Pintado down the right-hand side for Cafu. Cafu's got speed, but Stoichkov is covering him. as an extra midfield player. Koeman, fellow Dutchman, uses him. Beguristain helps Koeman, and this is typical Barcelona play. 1 or 2 touch, but keep possession. Goalkeeper can't pick up, of course. Ronaldo knocks it straight back in, offside. Japanese linesman over the far side, and Korean linesman on this side. Koeman uses Vitska. Eusebio on the right-hand side over here. If Guardiola needs him, he finds him. Forward goes Amor. Back to Baquero. It's the referee, and Laudrup tries to get past him, but it's São Paulo will pick up. Trying to find Muller. Paulinho didn't control it well enough. Muller's in there again. Paulinho has it. Good play by São Paulo. Ronaldo Luis. A lot of support here in Japan for this Brazilian side. A lot of Brazilians, of course, in Japan. Not only footballers. Stoichkov. Free kick as the Bulgarian goes down. 9 goals in the last 6 games in Spain. Brought down by Pintado. Eusebio to Koeman. Vitska backs off on the left. Beguristain to Laudrup. Laudrup makes inroads, lets it run too far, and it's picked up by Capu. Playing wide on the right, wearing 11, but he's expected to attack. Paulinho's dropped back here. They're beginning to interchange a little bit, and that's a fine ball. Ferrer didn't know where that was, that hit him. But in the end, a clever interception. Guardiola, Stoichkov, Baquero, Beguristain. This is good play by Barcelona. Stoichkov coming in on the left-hand side. Good tackle, getting away from the Bulgarian. As Vitor knocks it long and destructively. Quick one to Laudrup. Forward goes Beguristain. They're trying to get Stoichkov into the game, but a little bit of indecision about which way the decision was going to go from referee Juan Lusto, 47-year-old, 10 years a FIFA official. There's an opening here, and a little flick from Stoichkov that almost got Amor in there. Brilliant play by Stoichkov. Good defending. And away goes Muller. Ferrer gets the foot to it. Koeman intercepts, and the danger's over. And Barcelona beginning to get a grip in midfield. Guardiola, a lot of space, and he uses the ball well. Through the middle to Stoichkov. In went Ronaldo. Still Barcelona in possession. Side who so disappointingly were knocked out of this year's European Cup, but have really picked up their form since that surprise defeat by CSKA Moscow. Cerezo showing all of his experience and balance there. Foul by Baquero on Paulinho. Something of a slight player, but a talented one. And yesterday, he was asked not to train too much because the coach said he was going to be working hard today. He wanted to save all his energy, which is somewhat unusual in professional sport. Rai knocks it back to Pintado. Vitor comes in well. Free kick. Vitor. Very well. Run back by Barcelona. Koeman, who strikes such a marvellous ball with his right foot, but Perez closed down here and he's almost given it away. Eusebio is in well to support. Guardiola to Laudrup. Good first-time play here by Barcelona. Beguristain. Stoichkov is wide on that touchline, closely marked. Koeman. Stoichkov coming into the middle here. Stoichkov unable to get that one. Change of short passing to long passing. Bulgarian gets it back. Just checking again the lineups, but it isn't the way they're playing, but just a reconfirmation of names and numbers, really. Zitska gets ahead of it. Oh, the chance here for Rai. Well, the captain and most distinguished name in the São Paulo team suddenly got half a chance here when Victor couldn't get the ball away cleanly, and it's knocked straight to him, but the volley well over the top. Got 29 goals this season. Johan Cruyff is not happy about a couple of things. One of the things that he talked about beforehand yesterday is the angle of the sun at this time of the day, and at the moment it's quite difficult for Zubizarreta in the Barcelona goal because he's looking directly at it and it's going down quite fast. There's most of the place into the other end. No problem. Vidal and Goicoechea on the bench for Barcelona, which is something of a surprise. With Victor playing wide on that left-hand side, but this is Eusebio to Koeman. The Stein trying to find the room in the middle. Amor to Guardiola. Laga to Victor. Victor's got a strong left foot. Stoichkov. Victor again. Gets it in nicely to Baquero. Stoichkov staying out on the left hand side with Victor still going. Now it's Stoichkov driving one in. Well held by Zeti. There's nobody that close to the goalkeeper or the goal area. There's good possession play by Barcelona. And more to Baquero, Guardiola, Hristo Stein with Stoichkov on his left. Laudrup comes off his man, makes space, gets by Capu. Laudrup chips forward and it's away by Ronaldo Luis with help from Palinha here. And the drums beat here as Muller tangles yet again with Ferrer and gets away. This is Ronaldo Luis to Palinha. Good challenge by Guardiola. Clever stuff from the young Barcelona defender. Here's a little bit of an opening now for Stoichkov. Stoichkov drives! Stoichkov with the opening goal. A brilliant piece of play by the Bulgarian. He was given space. He suddenly saw the goalkeeper was off his line, and he's done it again. And Barcelona are one up in 12 minutes. A brilliant piece of play by Stoichkov. It was the first time really he's been in the centre of the field. He was given space way outside the penalty area after Guardiola had brilliantly intercepted the ball in defence, chipped it over the goalkeeper, 1-0. And this is the man who scored 9 goals in the last 6 games in Spain, and here in Tokyo he's put Barcelona 1 up. A controversial character, but a brilliant player and a wonderful strike there. As Barcelona defend now, holding on to the lead with Stoichkov again the hero. Well, a free kick situation which might encourage Pintado or Rai. Rai is the obvious threat here. Chips it up and forward goes Pintado. That was a nice idea. Ran out of space a little bit, but you'll also notice that as Pintado went forward, he had been tracked by a Barcelona player. It would have been pretty difficult for him to get it across. So it's São Paulo now, who incidentally beat Barcelona 4-1 in La Coruña in August in a pre-season game. And on that occasion, they went behind to an early goal. and then took hold of the game and won 4-1. Let's see if they can do it here. Not likely to be quite so easy, I would have thought. Cafu has come over to this left-hand side. This is Pintado knocking it in. Rai gets in there. And goes Cafu. Oh, it's a brilliant save as Cafu latched on to an error on the edge of the penalty area. That was a terrific drive and an instinctive save. Poor defending by Barcelona. Great drive, good save. And the corner comes over to Zubizarreta. Strong and powerful in defence. Record signing by Barcelona. One of many Basques in this Barcelona side. Hasn't had much to do so far, but that was two pieces of confident play. Now, Laudrup. Stoichkov on that left-hand side. What a ball. And the cross will come in. Now he gets the corner. Stoichkov hasn't been in the game that much, but what he has done has been very, very decisive. So all these São Paulo players back, except Müller. Vichka, bad pass. Muller's on his own here, and the ball beats Ferrer. Almost. Just gets a little deflection, and Müller couldn't get it. Ronaldo Luis to Rai. Is Vitor as São Paulo now begin to grab a little bit of initiative. Rai, but Barcelona got a lot of players between him and the ball. Rai going for it. Rai looking for the return. Great play, good defending, and it's Barcelona who come away with it. Figueiredo can't control it, and it's São Paulo who started, I would have thought, tentatively, a little bit surprised with the way Barcelona took the game to them. Now they're trailing by 1-0. Now they know they've got to do something. Adilson to Rai. 3 against 1 there, not possible. Picked up by Pintado. Lovely ball to Vitor, the attacking fullback. Vitor's on his own, he needs help. And it's Stoichkov who comes back to rob him of possession. Knock forward to Müller. Numbers of Barcelona players back to defend. Eusebio to Guardiola. Vaquero, Guardiola, foul there, but the referee allowed play to go on as Laudrup bursts away from his man. Laudrup pushing forward, Figueiredo stays with him. Runs into Ronaldo, and it breaks down. Challenge in there by Vichka. Good play. They're looking very sharp, Barcelona. Play on. And the opening here for Rai. Müller and Pintado in the middle. Rai gets past his man brilliantly. Pintado couldn't control it. Müller and cleared by Pereira. There was a chance there definitely for São Paulo. Brilliant play on the right-hand side by Rai, but Paulinho couldn't control it. Now here's Cafu. Cafu might try a shot from here. Oh, that was a weak one. Good quick play by Barcelona, although it looked like a dodgy throw from Zubizarreta. Sharp tackling by São Paulo. It's a tough game, but the referee is allowing it to flow. And Telly Santana will know that if his side can't get back in the next 10-15 minutes, they could be in trouble. Paulinho. Cafu. No foul. Vichka comes away with it. All the Barcelona players are back at the moment, so they need to keep possession until they can push forward. Working well as a block. Stoichkov. He's got terrific pace and a very, very powerful left foot. Still keeping possession well. Guardiola, who's passed to Stoichkov, brought that first goal. Running things in midfield, and A little bit too strong here for Stoichkov on that occasion. The worry is, as we see something of this stadium from the helicopter, that Barcelona have dominated sides throughout this season. Indeed, they've dominated sides for a couple of years now, but they don't always kill them off when they are on top. And that happened in the European Cup against CSKA Moscow when they were 2 up in 33 minutes. But somehow managing to lose 3-2. It's happened a few times in the Spanish League. They take their foot off the accelerator, but there's no telling what's going to happen here. It's still 1-0. So far the game has lived up to all its expectations. Vicka. Stoichkov tries to get away from his man. Barcelona, with that 1-goal lead, can afford to be patient and knock it around, looking for a little bit of space. Ferrer to Laudrup, who's come wide. Again, the interchange of positions. Begiristain has gone wide on the left. Stoichkov now goes over to that position. Begiristain here. Vicka doesn't give it to Stoichkov because he was marked. Koeman gets forward. Here's Eusebio. This must be about 20 passes now they've had, with 20 minutes of the game gone, leading by 1-0. Keep possession. Meanwhile, of course, São Paulo are having to chase, check their position, run. They've got a touch there, but only just. Forward to Stoichkov. Vitor gets it. Stoichkov looks menacingly at the referee, indicating that he thought he was pushed. Naldo Luis to Pintado. Forward goes Aldilson. Cafu now going through the middle. Vitor, well, that's a difficult ball, and Laudrup's in there quickly. Nice control and quickly laid off. Stoichkov, Laudrup gets forward in a striking position. Good challenge though. Vitor does well. That's the sort of play that brought him into the São Paulo side and also into the Brazilian team. And now a race forward here by Muller. Muller trying to cross. Cafu it is, in fact, out there. Now Pintado. Pintado forward, Muller, and not quite able to stick a leg out. Paulinho going through well. He's been involved in most of the best build-ups, unless it's been an individual strike by Rai. But they haven't got anything like the midfield dominance that Barcelona are showing. Paulinho not giving it back to Pintado. Wide on the right there is Cafu. But Vicka's got across to him. And the tactical ploy by Cruyff of using Vicka in possession now to try and stem the flow from Cafu has certainly worked. Vicka gets plenty of possession, but Cafu has plenty of close marking too. Eusebio to Laudrup. There's an obvious foul there by Pintado. Guardiola takes it quickly, as we see exactly what happened, but that was a wasted ball from Guardiola again. Begiristain, a number of the Basque players in this side from the capital of Catalonia. Right, a little flick. No more than that, and Koeman saw it coming. Picks out Vicka beautifully. Stoichkov is through the middle now. Begiristain is coming over to the right, leaving space on the left-hand side for Vicka. Stoichkov coming to him, but so too did Aldilson. And quickly robbed there, Vicka. That was poor play by São Paulo, and it's Stoichkov challenging. Play on, says the referee, although there was a foul there. Good covering by Pintado. Free kick. Lips are rather hurt by that. And more the culprit. Now Vitor on that right hand side. Vitor, will he try one? Blocked by Vitska. Laudrup looking for support. Baquero. Ferrer. Good play as he brings Eusebio into the game. Amor is on the right hand side. Ferrer is supporting him too. The ball has gone out and it's a throw-in to São Paulo. A little bit of a lull in the game now. A free kick given. Cerezo, who again is sticking tight and vice versa with Baquero as they did in the European Cup final for different sides. Ferrer gets a foot to it. Wonderful atmosphere here in Tokyo, in a land, of course, where professional football is now taken hold. The J League, as they call it, starts early next year with Gary Lineker, one of the chief guests here today. Good cross and put over. Ronaldo Luis, the left back who likes to attack and has so far got forward in a positive role for the first time, getting beyond the fullback. It was a difficult cross in the end, and the goalkeeper could do little else but put it over the top. It's going to be taken by Paulinho. Up goes Zubizarreta, almost loses it. And in fact, it was a poor corner from São Paulo. You'd expect better. Ronaldo Luis didn't quite get there. Stoichkov fiercely challenged by Ronaldo. Stoichkov down and hurt, but it was a fair challenge, but a very, very tough one. Cruyff was immediately off his feet on the Barcelona bench as Stoichkov went down there. One or two players are disputing the fact that that was a legal challenge. It was certainly a hard one when Ronaldo came over, but the referee, right on the spot, said no. But he certainly fell heavily. And there would be a terrible blow to this game and to Barcelona generally, not mentioning, of course, Bulgaria, if Stoichkov was to be lost to them. He's usually lost because he gets into trouble with referees and gets too many yellow cards. Banned last year for 2 months for stamping on a referee. You can see how he falls on his shoulder, but Ronaldo Luis was not penalised. That's a fierce one. And at the moment they're down to 10 men as the game goes on. Stoichkov is being tended to on the touchline. Cerezo. Quintana to Muller. Muller's got pace here. Ferrer has got pace too. Muller does well. There's more like it. Right in there. It's a goal. It's Rai who scored it in a most amazing fashion. It almost hit him. Muller did a brilliant job to get by Ferrer, and São Paulo are level with 28 minutes of the game gone. Stoichkov wants to come back on, but this was brilliant play by Muller. It looked as if Ferrer had stopped him, but then he showed a lovely turn, and then it hits Rai, but it's his goal, and it's 1-1. Brilliant play by Gerd Muller, the Brazilian who named himself after the famous German. A little bit of luck by São Paulo, and now we really have a game. Tele Santana delighted that his side has a break. And Stoichkov is back on the field of play. Incredible goal. If he meant it, then that was brilliant. If it was just a ricochet, doesn't matter anyhow. And here's another chance. Begiristain is out on the side. There goes Baquero. It's a great clearance by Hristo. And as we've often seen, after scoring a goal, the side relaxes a little bit. Setti's trying to encourage them to sharpen up, because São Paulo are back in this game as Vichka is challenged strongly by Vitor. Well, just what the game needed. As Koeman tries to get it forward towards Stoichkov. Hristo. Oh, it's not a particularly good one. Straight through Begiristain. Here's Laudrup. He's too far out for a shot. He is, and it's cleared by the strong figure of Ronaldo. Koeman, a headed pass, so he can pick it up. And Koeman back in possession again. Well, let's see what that'll do to the morale of Barcelona. They were certainly controlling the game. They had an injury to Stoichkov. Perhaps their concentration lapsed a bit. But now here goes Laudrup. Laudrup bursting forward. Begiristain in the middle. And put over the top. Or out indeed by Ronaldo. The interchange of positions again. It's Begiristain on the left-hand side. Koeman who started it all off. And it's a corner to Barcelona. Going to be taken by Stoichkov with that good left foot of his. It's a good one. Well away by Ronaldo, who's been a dominant figure in the São Paulo defence. Guardiola to Vichka. Challenged by Rai. Beaten by Rai. Now they're beginning to play a little bit. That goal will have given them tremendous heart. Ronaldo Luis, that's a poor one. Stoichkov still playing up in that central striking position. Zubio with Begiristain wide on the left now. Laudrup gets away well. There's a foul there. Push. Guardiola. Stoichkov tries to turn it. Baquero is in on it. Cleared by Vitor. Barcelona picking up the threads again. Jump by Vitor, but not able to control it. But he's having a wonderful game. Ronaldo at the back, very strong, and Stoichkov, no weakling himself, will certainly know about that challenge. International now, Ronaldo. In a recent international against Uruguay, São Paulo had 8 players called up. 1 or 2 of them can't get into this side at the moment. Cerezo with the challenge on Laudrup. Handball, says the Argentine referee. Free kick. 32 minutes of the first half gone, and certainly no complaints so far in the ebb and flow of this one. Guardiola to Baquero, trying to get it through a packed defence outside the penalty area. Vichka. Guardiola. Koeman has pushed forward here. Quickly to Amor. Good challenge. And forward comes Ronaldo Luis. Muller. And right in there. Zubizarreta out so fast, and he needed to be. Baquero, clever header into space, and Barcelona off the hook and regain a little bit of composure. Begiristain. Guardiola, who's been having a wonderful game in midfield, pushing and pulling the attacks for Barcelona. Koeman and Vichka, who certainly combine well here. Probably combining again for Holland in the middle of the week. Well, if you think it's an easy life for professional footballers, immediately after this game, 10 of the squad of Barcelona jump on a plane and will be very quickly involved in international matches in the middle of next week, with a lot of flying involved in between, of course. Laudrup trying to touch it back. Cerezo got it away from him. Well kept in by Ronaldo Luis. Good play. Great athletes, these Brazilians. And the forward goes Muller! Muller's in there! Oh, what a clearance! Muller so close to putting it in, but Ferrer stopped it just as it seemed to be going over the line. Great clearance by the 22-year-old Barcelona defender. Lovely chip forward. Over the top of the goalkeeper. Is it going to go in? No, it isn't. And now it's São Paulo who are showing the touches. But Ferrer saved the day certainly for Barcelona. More to Eusebio. Eusebio has been fairly quiet, but like Amor has been playing a useful defensive role. Most of the danger coming from that left-hand flank for Barcelona. Vichka to Begorustains, not a good ball. But takes a Laudrup. Lovely curl. Great possession. On the right-hand side is Eusebio. And weight of numbers almost get it back for São Paulo. Laudrup again. Through for Begorustains. Now it's Stoichkov. There's a lot of numbers up here for Barcelona. A lot of pressure on São Paulo. Guardiola. Oh, it's a good effort. It tipped a little bit early. Koeman knocks it out. Off balance. Good catch. Good effort. Guardiola not normally among the goal scorers. As São Paulo come back again. Adilson looking for Muller. Ferrer's kept tight with him. Koeman just gets ahead to it. Amor and up and under. Palinha. Brought down. Free kick. Beautiful, nimble play to get away from two Barcelona players. Both of them much bigger and stronger. But the drop means a free kick. Well, there's a strong wind now blowing here. I don't know whether this will encourage Rai to have a direct attempt from this distance. It's very, very long way out. Rai and didn't cause Zubiza any problems. But give a Brazilian a chance to have a direct shot with a free kick, and he'll usually take it. Ferrer, apart from that stumble when he let Muller in that brought the goal, he's been having a good game. Guardiola running things in midfield. Vichka fitting in pretty well. Begorustains has been comparatively quiet. He's coming forward here, linking up with Baquero. Baquero and Cerezo almost cancelling themselves out. Here's Koeman. Easy one for Vitor. Not an easy one for Adilson there, though. Koeman. It's a foot to it, but it's a little bit untidy. There's a strong battle going on in midfield. Vichka. Begorustains. The Cruyff style. Keep playing it, keep knocking it, keep changing positions, keep changing the angles, keep trying to open something up. Laudrup. Too quickly onto him. The marking was good, the tackling was good by São Paulo. Vitor supporting Cafu on the right-hand side. Back for Cerezo. And now it's Barcelona's turn to snap. Ronaldo's come wide on the left. Muller and Ferrer. Muller did brilliantly. Palinha. Play on, no foul. Amor. Great play, good balance. To keep possession, don't panic, nothing was on. Laudrup intercepts. Vichka almost caught. Koeman trying to find Stoichkov here. It's a great ball. Stoichkov here now. He's got support from all sorts of people as Laudrup comes in. He couldn't control it. And now away comes Cafu. Cafu's got pace. He's probably quicker than Vichka. But Vichka's got onto him. And this is certainly the best performance Vichka has put on since he joined Barcelona for a very, very large sum. A lot of people felt was much too much. Free kick. The ebb and flow of the game just as fast as ever. Johan Cruyff probably won't be enjoying the way things are going, but he will acknowledge that this is a good game. Barcelona playing some fine football, but São Paulo are too. Kuma looking for Stoichkov. Stoichkov's gone into the middle. Looking for Stoichkov here, much too optimistic. Zeti comes out. Referee wanting to keep things moving. Get back a little bit, he says. One of the few hold-ups apart from the injury to Stoichkov that we've had. Zeti, who is so important to São Paulo in the way that he saved 2 penalties in the Libertadores final against Neil's old boys. Picked up by Turin, where Cerezo. Ride chases Vizca. He has his ankle off. Rai, of course, the younger brother of Socrates. 6 brothers in that family. 2 very famous footballers. Paulinho through the middle. And there's Guardiola, who got it away and is asking for possession again. Oh, that's a dangerous one too, Ferrer. As Muller almost got them. But good play, good technique by Barcelona, get themselves out of trouble. Well, this is the sort of training stuff that Cruyff puts his players through, but I would think he'd be a little bit anxious himself as they knock it around too close to their own goal and come close to losing possession. And indeed, as Ferrer is about to take this restart here, the throw-in, there are lots of shouts coming from the Barcelona bench. Vaquero to Ferrer. Eusebio, Ferrer again, Guardiola, Koeman squeezes on from São Paulo here. Good ball. And given away, they overdo it in the end. It's too close, it's too tight, and São Paulo have possession. Vitor wants the big ball on the right-hand side. Doesn't risk it, Pintado. Now he gets it. Vitor with Begura staying up against him first. In for Paulinho. Cerezo, the oldest player on the field by a mile. And Cafu is here. Cafu has come over to this left-hand side. Looks for Rai. Now São Paulo are beginning to get on top. Rai chipping forward. Koeman, good header down to Guardiola. And Barcelona with a little bit of a chance to counter-attack here. With Stoichkov getting down from the left to the right, leaving space on the left-hand side for Begura staying. The cross for Stoichkov. Good header away by Ronaldo. Picked up by Eusebio. Here they come again. And it's put out by Vitor, and São Paulo were wobbling. Ronaldo to the rescue, then Vitor with the clearance in the end. Happy to give away a corner because you know who's behind him. Vizca, too much space here. São Paulo have gone too far back. Zeti couldn't get there. Back in again by Vaquero. And São Paulo control well under pressure. And all. Free kick. Well, 1 minute it looks as if one side is on top, then suddenly in a trice it's turned with control from the other side. Gary Lineker and his wife, one of the guests of honor here, and of course he will be joining Japanese professional football very, very soon. He'll be playing for Grand Passate in Nagoya. But here's Muller doing brilliant things for São Paulo. Cross wasn't quite good enough though. Vizca chasing that one. Luckily he's on his own with a lot of room. Coming now to the last couple of minutes of the first half, which has been great entertainment. Very rarely have we seen challenges like that. The whole idea of this one-off game in Japan was to take away the rough and tumble of the Intercontinental trophies. There's a little bit of work for the referee there. As Rai comes off his man, it's Cafu getting forward. And so far the one-off scenario has been a very happy one. 13th toy of the cup, only one player sent off. Savicevic last year of Red Star Belgrade. Now Vitor. Rai coming to help him. Ball goes Cafu on the right hand side, trying to drag Vitska away. But Barcelona have got everybody behind the ball, so they come this way and start again. Cerezo into the hole for Paulinho. Good running, good passing by São Paulo. Now Cafu on the right hand side. They've opened him up a little bit. Paulinho doing well. A little bit of the back heel towards Cafu. Well spotted, given away almost. Cafu, Rai, and Pintado. Dangerous play by Barcelona. Almost get themselves into big trouble with, I think, Vitska the main culprit. Laudrup through the middle for Stoichkov. Stoichkov can be dangerous even on his own. Wide out there is Begoristein. Begoristein's in here, got a chance. Begoristein off the line. Ronaldo Luis got it off the line when Begoristein had all the goal to go at. Brilliant plays. He comes inside Vitor, ducks inside another man. Now he must score. Well, we're into time added on in this first half as the referee blows the whistle for what has been a dramatic first 45 minutes. Stoichkov with the opening goal. The São Paulo side, maximum support in this game. So Rai, the captain and goal scorer, Stoichkov, the character and goal scorer, as we are ready now to start the second half. The wind beginning to get stronger here at the National Olympic Stadium. The sun still shining, but it's a cool atmosphere, but a pretty hot one out on the pitch. Vitor knocks it into the middle. Ferrer to Koeman, and it will be interesting to find out what points the two coaches made. Guardiola pushing through the middle, picked up easily by Pintado, and that's a bad one by Cafu as Laudrup tries to get forward, and his ankles were rattled by Cafu. The referee says play on. No foul. This is Muller and Ferrer, who had a fantastic personal contest during the course of the first half, and that's the way it started in the second half. Good play by Ronaldo. Ferrer takes it away. No, yes, that's a free kick. Well, Johan Cruyff was saying before the game that the bench is much too far away from the action. There's an 8-lane running track between him and the pitch, and he wants to get closer so that he can shout at the players. Of course, the referee wasn't too happy about that being illegal. Now Vitska to Begoristein. Vitska trying to chip it into the middle to Baquero, who's done well. Back to Laudrup, who's playing off the front two. Wide is Eusebio. Amor tries to support him. This is Guardiola. Vitska again, looking for Begoristein wide on the left, and Baquero controls beautifully. This is great play by Barcelona, but can São Paulo keep them out? Chased by Amor, and a goal kick. So good attacking, good possession play, but in the end, good defending by São Paulo, and that will please Tele Santana. Muller, who was something of a failure in Italy, couldn't really do much when he played for Torino, but he's doing plenty here. The wind, I think, is certainly going to have an effect, and possibly the sun will have an effect on the goalkeeper at the left-hand end. You can see how long the shadows are becoming as it drops rapidly, and with it, normally the temperature here in Tokyo at this time of the year. As Rai chips one forward, looking for Kapu. Kapu has it. Up against Begiristain. Here's Vitor. Kapu's gone down. Vitor crosses. It's a good one. It's away by Amor. Laudrup holds it up. Stoichkov on the left here. Laudrup gets away down the left-hand side. Good interception by Ronaldo. With a powerful game. Well, there's a weak pass there by Palinha, and it looks as if there might be an opening for Muller. Guardiola, and Begiristain gets it through somehow to Amor. Bitska and Laudrup now on the left-hand side. Constant interchanging by Barcelona players, with zone marking by São Paulo, except in the case of Cerezo, who's sticking tight with Vaquero all the time. Now that goes. Well, over the years in the Toyota Cup, we've had 2 matches decided on penalties in 85 and 88, 2 matches decided in extra time in 83 and 87. The last South American win here was 1988. We've had 3 consecutive European wins, 2 by AC Milan, 1 by Red Star. But this one, a 1-1, is very much in the balance. Here's Begiristain. Stoichkov. Vaquero has now gone into the striking position. Zebio into Amor. Guardiola. Good ball to Laudrup. A little bit too tight. Rai does well, off balance to get it away. Palinha picks it up. This is good play with Muller on the left. Ferrer gets over to him fast, and Ferrer is so quick. Muller's not completely successful control lets him in. Vaquero to Stoichkov. Now they're putting the pace up. As Stoichkov goes for another one. Nothing like as good a strike, or indeed as good a possibility as the one in the 12th minute. No danger for Zetti. Goalkeeper Armelino Donizetti Polizito. Bit of a relief to us all that he cuts it down to Zetti. Now Cerezo. Forward goes Kapu. Kapu's got the pace. Bitska's got to be careful here. And Bitska does well. Protects the ball over the line. Well, it's interesting that a couple of substitutes are warming up for Barcelona, including Goycochea here. And he's getting stripped. Guardiola looking for space over that right-hand side. Ferrer and Eusebio. In for Guardiola return. Having to chase. Does well, but a lot of São Paulo players behind the ball. Now they close up, and they might get it back here. Good play by Pintado as a chip over the top, and he tried to do a Stoichkov there, but he didn't do it anything like as well from about twice the distance. Now here's the substitution. Goycochea coming on, and Vaquero coming off. Goycochea, the player of the year in the 1991 season. Vaquero, who's been kept very quiet by Cerezo, who's had a very good first half of the season for Barcelona, but he hasn't been so dominant here. Goycochea, wide player, can be used as a defender, but goes straight into the right wing position here. And gets a very, very bad pass, does brilliantly to keep it in. Palinha loses it. Goycochea wins it back again. And Amor looked as if he was fouled, wasn't. Referee keeps the game going. It's certainly been a characteristic of the game so far. But I think also we can notice how strong what was a breeze at the beginning of the game has become, blowing from right to left in Barcelona's favour. Stoichkov has gone into the middle. Stoichkov is wide on the left. Hristo Stoichkov has gone in the middle as well. As they try to snap at Vitska. Hristo Stoichkov. Vitska does well. Amor. Now. Stoichkov. 1 against 1. Gets away from his man. Needs support. Finds it from Guardiola. Guardiola might go and have a drive here. Chip forward to Hristo, and the cross wasn't quite good enough. Difficult volley from Hristo. Could in fact have brought it down. Lovely ball from Guardiola, picked him out here. He had time, he could have knocked it in to Stoichkov, but he would have been offside. Something of a social occasion here at the National Olympic Stadium. It's grown in popularity, the Toyota final, and so indeed has soccer here. They're the Asian Cup winners, of course, Japan. They'll be staging the under-17 tournament in '93, as well as starting professional football themselves. It's really taking off here, and they hope, of course, to stage the World Cup in 2002. They have a lot of support for that. But it's São Paulo picking up the threads here against the wind as Muller is balked by Guardiola, and I would have thought that's close to a yellow card. Muller trying to get away from Ferrer, but he can't get away from the attentions of 2 Barcelona players. Free kick. Quintana wants to come and help him. Now he can drive it over. Vitor getting into the danger area. It's a pawn in the end, comfortably cleared by Vitska, and they win it back again. Although Stoichkov again robs him. Oh, that's a poor pass. And there was a foul there, but the referee allowed play to go on, and that's a balk by Stoichkov, and that again is close to the yellow card. He's a player who does tend to go over the top. Now he'll speak to the referee and tend to say things he shouldn't do. You have to be very, very careful, particularly as he speaks in broken Spanish to obviously a Spanish speaker. So another free kick. This is Vitor again. It's São Paulo pushing forward, driving it in. Goalkeeper's in trouble and knocked away by Ferrer. And it's Barcelona who are wobbling. The side who attack like aristocrats and sometimes defend like peasants. Corner knocked in again, and put back to the goalkeeper. He had to let it go. If he'd have picked that up, it would have been an indirect free kick, but the captain thought very quickly and he let it go. That was a back pass, and of course the instinct is to pick it up. He didn't, and it's a corner. But it could have been far worse. Another one with Zubis Herrera calling out instructions as Vitor knocks it in, and straight into the arms of the captain. And relief. If he gets them moving fast, Hristo. Laudrup. Stoichkov wide on the right. Stoichkov wide on the left. Laudrup drives. No. And now it's Zeta's turn to get his side going forward fast. Bride to Palinha. To Vitor. Capu's playing on this right-hand side at the moment still. Can't get away from Vitska though. Hristo to Ronaldo. Easily won by Ferrer. He's very quick. Stoichkov to Amor. Good ball to Hristo. Stoichkov to Laudrup. Stoichkov wide on the right. Offside. Whistle goes. Flag raised by the Japanese linesman. There's a lot of interchange of position by both teams, but it looks to me as if Rai is playing farther forward now, trying to support Muller a little bit more. Here's Rai to Cerezo. Oh, it's a fine ball. He's onside, and this is Ronaldo Luis, and it's a chance here. Great goalkeeping as two players went in. Muller and Paulinho denied by a great piece of tactic work by Gudu Zareta, and that is a yellow card at least for Cerezo as Laudrup went forward. The old hand resorting to an underhand trick. As the game again rushed headlong from one end to the other. For Cerezo, a veteran of World Cups, Italian football, Brazilian Championships, making a line of the least resistance there when Laudrup burst past him. And a free kick with Koeman behind it with winged assistance. Played it wide to Vichka. Vichka gets it into the middle, and it's away inevitably by Ronaldo. Laudrup, Paulinho, Ronaldo Luis, Stoichkov come back to win it. Ferrer, Eusebio, Guardiola. Back they get into their rhythm. Vichka, Hristo and Stoichkov in the middle. Free kick. One of Vichka's rare opportunities to play in a starting lineup for Barcelona with four foreigners here. Only three allowed in Spain. And rumours that he might be leaving the club anyhow pretty soon. He's got an opportunity here to put a free kick in with Stoichkov, Begueristain and Cruyff asking for him to tip it over the top. But here he gives it to Guardiola instead. He drives. He hits Pintado. Eusebio picks it up again. Begueristain. Laudrup getting forward here, looking for the quick 1-2 in the return. Moore gives it to Stoichkov. And Moore coming again. Strong challenge. A little bit untidy. Rugby scrum. An indirect free kick is given to São Paulo. They take it rapidly. Right. On the run is Cafu. He's got behind the defence here. He can keep it in. He has Muller is in the middle. Paulinho is in the middle. So is Rai. Help here from Vitor. And Barcelona get players back so quickly. Vitor driving. And now it's Barcelona's turn to counter-attack. And it's São Paulo who could be in trouble. Oh, what a challenge by Cerezo. Play on, says the referee. Cerezo is quite grateful, otherwise that might have been another yellow card. Chip ball for Begueristain. Nothing. So the game is beginning to open up a little bit. There's more space in midfield. The marking not quite so tight. Vichka wins. Stoichkov running for this one. Getting inside Ronaldo Luis. Ronaldo Luis does well. No back pass if possible here, of course. He's got to get himself out of trouble. Stoichkov brings him down anyway. Surprised to many that he hasn't been used in the starting lineup for Barcelona quite so regularly this season. We had a wonderful season, particularly the season before last. Ronaldo, good control for the defender. Muller coming off his man Ferrer again. Ferrer sticks with him. Cerezo, space for Paulinho. They're playing some football now. And in comes Rai. Rai has a chance here. He almost got past the defender. There's a little bit of pushing and shoving, and it ran too strong for him. Out came Gudu Zareta. But Rai definitely playing much farther forward now. So it means more space in midfield. Forward goes Stoichkov, a little bit too strong. And I wonder if the fact that Barcelona had control of this game early on, but haven't got control of it now, is playing on their minds. This apparently happened in the game against Barcelona in La Coruña in Spain in August, when they lost 4-1. Forward goes Cafu. Right, certainly getting into the game much more as an attacker now. Zebio and Hristo looking for more help from Hristo. And the linesman says the ball again. Barcelona 12 league titles. Big gap between 60 and 90, and now seem to be dominating the situation, certainly running the scene in Spain, but they're not running the scene here as Ronaldo Luis comes in, finds Paulinho towards Cerezo trying to balk, but now it's Barcelona who can counter-attack. Lauga, Stoichkov on his left, Stoichkov wide on the right. It's a good ball, but it's too strong, and I think the wind is not helping him at the moment. Lineker been involved in running interviews with MTV while his wife watches the game. And Lineker, of course, thank the Grand Passage in the coming season, but he will also be required to learn Japanese and do a bit of television work. Meanwhile, there's a hold up here for injured Barcelona player and a chance to get a bit of liquid. It's Guardiola who's hurt, which is bad news for Barcelona and possibly bad news for Spain. They're playing Latvia in midweek in the European qualifier. Guardiola has pushed himself not only into the limelight of Barcelona but into the Spanish team too, but he's recovered. One thing about jet lag is most of the coaches claim he needs a lot of liquid. One of the few Barcelona-born and reared players in this Spanish side. The wind holding that one up from Zeti. Guardiola knocks it back to Koeman. It's not well done, and Muller's away here. There's a chance here for São Paulo, and it's too strong for Rai. Knocked back in again by Cafu, and it's Barcelona who get away with it. Hristo does well. Good play, but a near miss for São Paulo. We look at the spaces here for Lauga. Goes to chair on the right, Pedro staying on the left, and another attempt to chip it over Zeppi. Lauga hasn't had too many direct shots. The player, of course, who scored for Juventus when they won here against Argentinos Juniors, hasn't had many opportunities on this occasion. There is a bit of space here for Eusebio. It's a good drive. No. Looked good when it to left his foot, but Zeti wasn't bothered. Named after the famous Portuguese player, Sacristan is his real name. Not quite the finishing power of the famous Portuguese international. See how long the shadows are now as the sun drops. Offside. The season coming to an end for São Paulo. They have the second leg of the Paulista final. They won the first one 4-2. Then they'll have something of a break, and no doubt a number of these players will be sold. Economics not so good in Brazil. It's a pity they'll have to break up, but Rai in possession at the moment is likely to lead the exodus. Ronaldo Luis looking for a ball into the middle towards Miller. Not deep enough. And it's Amor gets it to Goicoechea. Nice one to Guardiola. Still, the quality of technique and interpassing is very, very high. Laudrup. Stoichkov just ahead of him. Trying to get it through the legs of Cerezo. Play on. Goicoechea, 1 against 1. This is dangerous for São Paulo. Good play by Ronaldo Luis. And it's Paulinho with the ball, but that was a poor pass into midfield. A tired one. And Barcelona build up again, starting from Koeman now. Oh, and threaded through well to Laudrup. Tony Bruins, another Dutchman, is allowed to smoke, but Johan Cruyff, having suffered from heart problems, has been banned at cigarettes. He used to get through a couple of packets during the course of a match. There are ugly rumours that he does in secret have the odd puff, but we're pleased to say that after heart surgery, he's looking pretty fit. Certainly plays well in training sessions. Goristain to Vicka. Guardiola, Laudrup, Koeman with Ferrer open on the right hand side. Koeman decides to go the other way. Laudrup will close him up. Only Muller not behind the ball now for São Paulo. Stoichkov tries to turn it. And there's a free kick, and Stoichkov has run an opportunity possibly for Ronald Koeman, and I think you can hear the anticipation in the 62,000 crowd here as São Paulo protest about the Argentines' decision, but it won't matter because it looks as if Ronald Koeman, who won the European Cup final from a position almost exactly like this, might have a chance to strike. It could also be a decoy, knock it square for Amor particularly to have a go. But the referee pushing the São Paulo line back. Zetti trying to get things lined up, and he knows there's real danger here. Koeman strikes! Well, it's like a conjurer. They know he's going to do the trick. When it doesn't quite work, there's an element of disappointment, but an element of relief too. That was coming down fast, but Zetti had it covered. Koeman, who scored many more goals in the previous 2 seasons for Barcelona, he's got a couple of penalties and 1 free kick this season. 26 minutes gone in this second half of the 13th Toyota Cup final. They're also playing, of course, for the Intercontinental Cup. It's been in contention since the 60s. Forward goes Rai, there's a chance here, right in! As Zubizarreta came out ill-advisedly, and Rai let it run on, but Vicka got it away and gets it forward to Laudrup. Now it's Barcelona to attack with Stoichkov. No foul. Stoichkov goes down at the least opportunity. Forward comes Cafu. Cafu beats Guardiola. Amor did brilliantly there. Stoichkov. Vigoristain's gone down the middle, but he holds it up waiting for support. Guardiola beginning to look a little bit tired. Barcelona came here comparatively late. São Paulo had 6 days preparation in Tokyo, a lot of hard training. Barcelona didn't really have time. Came here on Thursday for a Sunday game. Laudrup. Guardiola. Again, São Paulo get players behind the ball, the marking not quite as tight as Amor goes for it, knocks it wide to Goicoechea. Ronaldo Luis gets through. Goicoechea. Ronaldo, and Cerezo comes away with it. Forward goes Muller, but Ferrer is very, very quick. Of course, he can't pick it up. Not cleverly done by Guggenheim. New back pass rule, not supported by Cruyff, but it has encouraged goalkeepers to play a little bit more football. They need to. Bitschke and Laudrup opening it up here. Bitschke getting down the left-hand side, into trouble, rather naively. There are very few players forward for São Paulo, having to work it slowly. Free kick. Cerezo wasn't expected to last all this game. At age 37, his legs were expected to go first, but he's looking as strong as ever. Some of the passes a little bit more misdirected. Hristo offside as Cafu tried to get forward. Good discipline by Barcelona. The old hand, Cerezo, acting as a traffic policeman now. Puma to Bitschke. Two Dutch will be playing in the World Cup against Turkey in midweek. And that's a poor pass straight to Palinha. Cerezo gets forward on the left-hand side. Rai and Muller on the right-hand side. Now Muller can get in here. Rai gets in and off the inside footing for Subi Zareda for a corner. And Barcelona were wide open. The goalkeeper saves them again. Should he have pulled it back or should he have shot? Well, he came close to getting it through the legs of the goalkeeper. 30 minutes almost of the second half gone, and it's São Paulo pushing forward with a score at 1-1. Goalkeeper stuck on the line. Away well by Ferrer. Cafu and Vitor. There's a real pace here. Vitor's done brilliantly. Guardiola brings him down. And nobody liked that much. Pintado is coming across to help Vitor. Vitor says, I don't want any help. Cerezo is trying to bring Ronaldo forward. Ronaldo doesn't want to know. It's a poor one in the end by Vitor. Cerezo chasing hard. Cafu as well. Muller brought down. Ferrer and Barcelona are beginning to look a bit ragged at the edges. Muller had passed his man there, and the Argentine referee a little bit generous. As Ronaldo Luis shapes for this one. Palinha on the near post. And forward went Muller. It bounced away from him. There was an opportunity there. But Barcelona again escaped. The play has been positive in the second half. Not quite as frantic. Not quite as fast. But possibly the best chances have fallen to the Brazilians. With 31 minutes of the second half gone, extra time and possibly penalties, of course, if we're level at the end of 90 minutes. Goicoechea, Laudrup, space for Laudrup and space for Goicoechea on the right-hand side. It's a good cross and a header by Hristo. Cerezo is back to help sweep up. Quality of the crosses by both sides, not quite as good. Simon flag is up over the far side, and that must have been an illegal throw. So we go back again. Now tiredness will certainly be a factor. Well into the last quarter of an hour of this game. Palinha knocks it back to Hristo. Rai, lovely control for a big man, and a fine ball forward. Miller to Palinha. Now it's Barcelona's turn to get back. Cerezo, Rai, and now it's Cafu, and offside. The flag was up. It wouldn't have counted. It almost went in. Cerezo doesn't get many of those, but sad to say, it wouldn't have counted. The linesman had said offside, and he was right. Cerezo was offside when that ball was struck. But no doubt about it, it's São Paulo who are taking the initiative. The great danger is, of course, they'll let in Stoichkov, Laudrup, or Goicoechea with a little bit of lack of concentration. But they're doing well here. Vitor to Rai. Not a good ball, but he diverts it. And it's Palinha. Palinha through. He's brought down on the edge of the area. Free kick. And now it's a chance for Brazil to see if they can do a Ronald Koeman. And Rai is possibly the man to do it. Cruyff a worried man now. Palinha certainly got through there and was shot down. Well, we have the possibilities of Cafu and Rai. We have Stoichkov. We have another substitution about to be made, but the referee says it's not going to be made until this kick is taken. And what can Rai, the Brazilian captain, conjure up here? Rai tips it. Oh, what a goal! What a brilliant goal! Hristo just stood there, and a smile from the old hand signals the fact that they are in the lead. São Paulo did a Ronald Koeman, but they did it Brazilian style. The stadium erupts. Rai has done what Ronald Koeman did for Barcelona in the European final. He's put him in the lead with a delightful free kick. Hristo just watches. Absolutely stupendous play. Brazil at its best. Well, that puts a couple of million on his price, I would have thought, and knocks a few years off Terry Santana's age. 61 when the game started. He'll be a young man at the moment. But now Barcelona will do their attacking. The irony is they were trying to make a substitution at that time. Now they're going to make it. It's going to be Nadal who comes on. It's Begoristain who comes off. The irony is that in the European Cup final, Johan Cruyff was about to make a substitution involving Nadal, and then the free kick came up and it was popped in. Now, circumstances are very, very different. So here's another free kick with Koeman tipping it forward and put away for a corner. So the goal in 79 minutes means we're going to have a hectic finale here. It's too strong. And now São Paulo must feel that they are within sight of victory here on the strength of Rai's 79th minute free kick. Second goal of the game. And I wonder who'll be the man of the match if the score stands like this. Right, little flick on to Muller. Muller and Pereira. Ronaldo Luis looking for Cafu out here. Mitzka. Cafu does well. Cafu doing brilliantly and brought down by Mitzka. Well, certainly Barcelona have looked tired. They look irritable with some of these challenges. They've conceded free kicks and they've paid the price. Now, too much to ask for another one, surely. The angle, not as good. The accuracy of Rai not quite as good either. now another substitution imminent. It's Gino, a midfield player who will want to come on, possibly I thought for Cerezo, but we'll have to wait and see. And a challenge there by Pintado, the holding player in midfield, doing the Guardiola role, if you like, for São Paulo. He's done it very, very well indeed. Game held up while the substitution is made. This is Gino, a 26-year-old midfield player. Off comes Cerezo. He's played his part. The 37-year-old hand back in Brazilian football looks as if he might have joined them at a very, very happy time. But the game has restarted. Barcelona is going to get back into it very, very fast indeed. Nadal was in there. Nadal is pushed up in a striking position. Cerezo was hurt, but at the moment Barcelona trying to do the damage. 6 minutes on our clock. That's a little bit of time added on from the Argentine referee as Gino gets it away, but doesn't get it away very well. Rai gets a foot in. Tough one. And a free kick. Everybody backpedals for São Paulo. They're in a desperate hurry now, Barcelona. As Vitska pumps it in. Nadal is in there competing. Cafu did well to get away from the Barcelona player and indeed win the free kick. Waiting to possession. Then there's no reason why the 13th Toyota Cup shouldn't be theirs. Guardiola again caught out. Cafu gets away again as the referee allowed play to go on. Muller's on the back post. It's a poor cross. It could have wrapped the game up there. Ronaldo Luis is in there. It's away by Amor. Nadal picks it up, but they're in disarray here, Barcelona. No doubt about that. The Brazilians are running the show. It should have been all over. 5 minutes on the stadium clock. Amor, Nadal, Stoichkov, they need a little bit of brilliance from him, but São Paulo are biting hard in the tackle. Side who perhaps in Brazil aren't as popular as Corinthians in their part of the world, aren't as successful as Santos, but now they're showing that they have all the qualities of a great side. They went behind early on, they kept their nerve, and now if they can hang on for another 4 minutes, they will get a couple of trophies here and a world title. Rai looking for Cafu, chased by Miller. Noticeable with Rai pushing forward more, and Cafu, the 11 and 10. There have been many more opportunities for São Paulo in the second half, although of course they've had to concede something in midfield. But it looks like being an anxious few moments for both coaches. And Koeman could end up on the losing side twice. Guardiola, well won by Ronaldo. On ball, but play on. Vitska. 3 minutes on our clock. Blocked by Rai. The throw in. Bruins, the assistant coach, quickly gets it back in possession for Barcelona. They're a great team, Barcelona, but they've had some awful things happen to them even this season. Defeat when they should have beaten CSKA in the European Cup. They look to be in control of this game, but leading certainly, and they're now up against it. Stoichkov been very quiet in the second half. Vitska, not a good cross, and Vitor has time if he can keep it in. And just nicely hooked forward. Allow chases. Play on. Gino to Cafu. Cafu brilliantly done. And a foul by Ferrer and the yellow card. coming thick and fast, the untidy challenges by Barcelona. They're out of sorts, there's no doubt about it. They lost their rag. It looks as if they might lose more here. Nadal, well beaten by Hristo, who with Renato has had a good game in the back. Koeman pumping one forward quickly. Goalkeeper comes for it. Zeti has had a quiet time in the second half. Two minutes on our clock. 2-1 to São Paulo. And it's going to be a long, long journey back for 10 of these Barcelona players as they head towards international football, unless they can get back into the game here. Ronaldo gets the ball away. It's a throw in. Stoichkov wants to get on with it quickly, but he needs support. Gets it from Zebio. Zebio pumping it in towards Nadal. Knocks it down to Laudrup. Back in and offside. Stoichkov has eased forward too quickly. And now the smiles of first half are disintegrating into scowls. A minute of normal time. Celebrations already from the very large contingent of São Paulo supporters. Referee in the way there. Banged forward by Edilson. Time for Zubizarreta, who has in fact saved his side in the course of a very hairy second half. Nadal wins it in the air, but there's no shape, there's no pattern to Barcelona's play. Unless somebody's going to do something brilliant, like Laudrup or Stoichkov, they're going to lose this one. Great play. Rai almost put in possession. Oohs and ahs around the ground as Cafu did the old bicycle kick. Fuller's in there to make life difficult. It's a bit scrappy, but that will suit São Paulo. Coming up to 90 minutes now. And another yellow card. Stoichkov this time the culprit. And we're into time added on, and the whole thing has slipped away from Barcelona. Ronaldo Luis to Cafu against Vitska. Keep possession and the trophy is yours. Cafu, touch to the Brazilian, and the game is all over. They've won it, and 2 goals from Rai have won the 13th Toyota Cup for São Paulo. A triumph for Terry Santana's team, who came from behind and won it in the end more convincingly than the score suggests. So São Paulo, the third Brazilian team to win this championship. A bitter disappointment for Barcelona, particularly for Ronald Koeman, their captain, who seem to be heading for more triumphs, another medal, but they've lost it. For Johan Cruyff, the gamble of playing Vitska seemed to pay off in the first half. It didn't in the second, and the celebrations are Brazilian. Cups here, the Intercontinental Cup, presented by Nicolas Laios for CONMEBOL, and the Toyota Cup, presented by Shoshiro Toyota, chairman of the Toyota Motor Corporation, to 2 very, very happy Brazilians, Rai and Muller. And the rest join in and celebrate.